Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Justy and oh my god, is this real hair again? Yes, it is too hot for me to even contemplate what I'm about to do in a wig. It would take too long and I would die. So you get one more day of Justine's natural hair. Crazy. And I styled it. Amazing. But my hair is not the focus of this video today. Wig hair is. I've got a few wigs here that I've been needing to get styled and finished. Some just need a quick brush after the last time I used them. Some need a full proper styling. So that's what we're gonna work on today. Now you may be wondering, Justine, can you style wigs? No. So this is gonna be really interesting. I get some of my really complicated styles done by a friend I have who is a proper hairstylist usually, but I think I can do some of these. This, I need to do a braid. That's not that difficult. Her, I've rebraided several times. Rapunzel's gonna be interesting when we get there. We're gonna see how that goes. But realistically, you don't learn if you don't try. So you and me are here to try together. It's gonna be magical. So we're gonna start with Anna today. And I need my wig stand. I can't believe I forgot that. Okay, one sec. Now we're gonna start with Anna. Luckily, she's never like a lot of work. It just is finicky and makes me a little nervous. But when I got her, it was recommended that after each wear you give her a quick brush out and rebraid, which makes sense because some things can start to fall off at the back, or like, not fall off, fall out of the braid at the back, and it just keeps it nice and smooth. There was a couple times in a row I didn't, and I could definitely see the difference than when I did style between wearings, so gotta do it. So usually what I do with her to try and keep it the same as it has always been, although definitely not as perfect as the original stylist, I take a picture of what each side of the braid looks like, and then I undo her, and then when I start braiding again, I copy that exact picture. Hopefully, that's the plan at least. Now, what I do with her braid is I separate it slowly, and I have always very specifically kept each piece like in its own grouping since she first came to me. Like, I don't brush them out as one big thing and then re-separate to braid. You'll see here. There we go. So I've got 3 tendrils of hair, which I kind of brush out of the way. This just means that the sections never change in density, or I never separate them weirdly. They're always separated the exact way they came to me. Now the last bit is the furthest back, so I usually have to give a little more attention to this guy because it's been rubbing against my neck the most and connects to the back of the wig where you don't want to pull too tight or change too much, so it ends up showing the wig cap underneath. Obviously, it was beautifully styled to not do so, and I do not intend to change that. We have our sections beautifully brushed. Here's where I take my picture and I try to recreate what I've got. So I get to the bottom, I make sure I like the way the braid looks. I kind of usually give it a little bit of a flatten. It feels weird, but it helps puff it out without tugging. And I put the pony on. This is where you gotta be careful. You could lose everything. Yeah, I think that's nice. And I've kind of envisioned, right, the way it's gonna sit on my shoulders. It'll go to flat, which is good. That's how I've braided it. Now that everything's together, I usually give the ends a little quick brush. Nothing too rough because I don't want to tug in the braid, but it tends to get a little messy when you're tying a pony around it. And now it's time to hide the pony. You want to grab a good chunk, not too big, but a decent amount. Generally from the back, but you can make it work from anywhere. You're gonna wrap it around this not matching black pony. And luckily it's long enough that we're pretty much at the back. And then we've got this fancy tool. I wish I had a slightly smaller one, but this works great. Thank you, Steph. You hook your extra bit of hair, and then you take the pointy end and you put it through the black pony and down into the bottom of the pigtail. And then you pull that little chunk of hair through, which locks that in place. And now you can't see the pony. It's a miracle. I absolutely suggest you get one. I am happy with what we have got for this first braid. I don't want to play with it too much because I will never stop. So what I do is, you don't want to do too much, obviously, but I always give the end of the pony just the smallest, I'm gonna get all of this out of the way, spritz of hairspray to keep it wrapped around nice and to keep it from like fuzzing out. I don't spray a lot of the wig, I don't spray any of the braid. Actually, this is too harsh for this. It doesn't need anything that excessive. All right, this is my hairspray that I use for my hair once in a while when I style it, so it's not too aggressive. There, one styled braid. The second side is a little interesting because it has got the white streak, which you want to keep in a pretty specific pattern, which is also why I do the photo for this guy. Like it has to be the same. I was a little upset that Frozen 2, she didn't have the white in her hair anymore, because the few moments she has braids, like with the pajamas and stuff, I could have done those, but I'll need a whole new wig because it doesn't have the white streak anymore. And I was willing to buy like the Frozen 2 travel wig because like that's a whole different outfit. It's a completely different wig, like it's not buying another braid, but I cannot justify paying for another Anna braided wig just to have one without a white streak. I just can't do it, guys. I love her, but no. So I'll stick to doing the black travel outfit and maybe the queen outfit later. Who knows? I don't know if I want to buy that wig either. Do you think I'd have nicer hair if I spent as much time on it as I do on wigs? Okay, time to braid again. So I usually bring the other one over to try and make sure that like we're getting the same pony length. It's obviously not perfect like that, but it's about the same length. Okay, let's see if we have better luck with this wraparound. I usually try to keep as much blonde out of this wraparound as I can. I find it looks better with just the red. Sometimes it's not possible, the way you braid it, the way it's ponied, that sort of stuff, but I always give it my best try. Okay, whatever they're doing with that squeaky wheel needs to stop. Or whatever that is. Don't they know I'm filming? Ah-ha-ha, okay. This one seemed to have turned out way better. So here is a restyled Anna. Luckily, I don't ever really have to do anything with the bangs. They were so beautifully done, and the way they sit, they don't really mess up, which is great because I absolutely could not recreate this. If we go down, there's the whole braids. They're pretty even at where they start. The wraparounds are finally working. So, mwah, Anna is done. We can move on. Now, I gotta be honest. All of that was nothing compared to the big stressy of the day. We gotta get a braid pillow on my Rapunzel wig, finally. This is gonna be a lot. This is the biggest, heaviest wig I have ever had, I have ever owned. I do not want to do any damage to it because there's certainly no way I could get it all the way back to the beginning. And here's the thing, because it's so long, and this is gonna be with any exceptionally long wigs, they're very hard to keep very nice. They get frizzy at the end, no matter what. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a very high quality wig. Oh, see, like, I've got Fairy Tale Wigs braid pillow, so that is actually the tutorial I will be using. So if you want to do this, I recommend. Okay, so first of all, we kind of need to flip this over, which I think means it's probably better if the wig's over here. A box just fell. I'm gonna need that box, but not right now. Oh, I wish this wasn't attached. Okay, I lied. We're gonna have to get this off. I need the underbelly. And it says to mark where the grommets are. Doing this right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. What's next? At each pin, slide zip ties through 2 sections of the braid. Oh God. Thanks to Lucy for these zip ties, because I certainly don't own zip ties. So now we have to take the elastics, and they say insert as shown, but then the hand's in my way. And so I don't entirely understand what we've done. Like, I see the after. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what they got, it appears. I don't know. Now you use the hairpins to feed these through the grommets. Okay, here goes nothing. The idea of this seems to be working. Sick. Except I've put this on upside down. The silk. I'm so mad. Okay, I'm gonna be back. I have to redo this whole braid pillow because it's facing the wrong way. But otherwise I'm not changing anything and I'm not gonna make you watch that. So hold up. All right, we're back to the same spot we were at before, but this time with the braid pillow facing the right direction. Use screw pins to secure this to your braid. Told you we were gonna need the fallen box. Okay, well their screw pins don't have little, mine has like baubles on the end that's making it not want to go through the mesh. Okay, oh. You gotta enforce it. Oh my God, there's like so much hair. These pins are like, no way, dude. But I'm like, yes way, dude. You gotta go in. I think I'm gonna use these at the end and then a little bit at the top. And then I'm just gonna use bobby pins, honestly. I think we've got it. Tug these out a little bit, make them just a tiny bit thicker if we're worried about anything showing. But honestly, it looks like it's gonna be good. Wow, okay. So other than like putting the braid pillow on wrong at first, this went really well. Yeah, this is gonna sit nice. This is so exciting. Oh my God. I don't entirely know why I had to put the zip ties or ponies in. But they're in there. I guess if you ever do want to attach it to something, which maybe one day I will if I get like a full proper Rapunzel dress. So it's good to have it, I guess. But for now, I will not be doing that. All right, I'd say the 2 most difficult are done. Now we got a whole new thing to do. And Anya, I'm borrowing your wig head because the other 2 can't come off theirs. Thank you very much. You're not here, but I assume it's okay. Now I'm not gonna say who it is, it's a surprise, but as I'm styling, if you can guess, put it in the comments below, and if you're right, I will tell you. Her wig has a looser bottom, which is gonna be interesting. I can already tell I'm gonna hate this. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a really nice wig. I quite like Epic Cosplay Wigs. I've used them a few different times now. But it doesn't matter who the brand is, as seen by the fact that I just was handling a not cheap princess wig. Long wigs are a pain in the butt. But this one is relatively silky, which is gonna help it, I think. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna say it 100 times. I hate long wigs. I avoid doing characters with really long hair. I say as I just styled a Rapunzel wig, the literal longest hair on the planet. But at least most of it gets to be in a braid. I'm pretty sure this character has side bangs, if I remember correctly. She does. Okay, So we're gonna leave that going to the side to mesh in with the length. And this will be our bangs. I don't know what I'm doing. I hate cutting wigs. I mean, but I've said I've hate everything about wigs at this point, so are we really shocked? Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I've separated the section that I'm not gonna touch at all, because I like it as like a side piece, and she does have a little bit of side on the side, which is the stupidest way to say that, but fine. By doing a straight across trim, which is not a good look for anything, but this is just to get a bunch of the length off, and then we're gonna feather. It would probably be better if these were on my forehead, but one, my hair's up and I'm not ruining it. And two, last time I cut bangs on my forehead, I got synthetic wig hair in my eyes and I scratched my eyeball. Since standing has been working better for me, for this at least, we're tilting the camera. Welcome to up here. Could you imagine how powerful I would be if I could just style wigs like nicely? Now I'm gonna get I'm gonna clean up all these little shards before I do this. Because of the packaging, there's a weird little bump in the wig, and I want to encourage the bangs to stay one way, so they're gonna get hairsprayed, but I'm also gonna grab my hairdryer and just like kind of teach them which way they need to go, which is gonna be very loud, so not gonna get any audio during that. Bringing out the big guns for this one. Oh yeah. These are gonna stay in place now. There is the bangs. They'll be adjusted a little bit more when I put it on my head to wear. I'll probably trim the length a tiny bit to match my eyes perfectly. But I think it looks good. Look at me go. Actually styling inside bangs instead of just putting a pin in my hair. Amazing. You're probably thinking, well, that's it. That's easy. That's all you had to do? No, no, no. Unfortunately, there is more. We now have to take these extra wefts and make a bit of a braid crown here. Oh God, I hate this so much. All right, well, we want the braid to have a decent amount of thickness, obviously. So we could probably take up until there, and if we just fold it like this, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So apparently I'm just gonna have a bunch of extra long blonde wefts. So is it time to relive my Scene Kid days and make myself raccoon tail extensions? Maybe. Maybe it is. Okay, oh God, they won't I hate long hair. Separate, and it's making the other piece into a huge mess. Okay, well, first up, this is now a huge mess. So that's really cool. I love that for me. That's too wide of a braid crown. I think that should work. As soon as we fold it up nicer than that, we're gonna need some glue. How are you doing? Are you warm? Doesn't feel like it. Oh, no, I was super wrong. You definitely are. Yeah, honestly, I'm starting to think I should get even the simplest wigs done by somebody else, because I really hate this, but at least it's kind of doing what I want. We're starting to come together in a big grouping. Well, there it is, my little bundle. It's not exactly the most attractive thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna add some more glue in just a couple more places where I skipped. Make sure she's really secure in there. Whew, hey kids, don't touch your hot melting glue. Now that we've got it all grouped, let's get her brushed. I'm gonna assume the easiest thing to do would be just pig pin this to the head right now so it has something to stay sturdy against. Make it into a braid, tie it off, and then pin it around the crown and cut off the excess. I don't want to make these like too like big or puffy or however you want to call it, because it's going around the crown, so you don't want it to be like obscenely wide, but I also don't want them to be too thin that it looks like a little sickly braid, you know? We're gonna have to find a happy medium. So I think I'm gonna braid it and then tug them out. I'll actually do that technique properly for once. Wrap around like this, so it should, caught on a pin, dangerous. At me. What have you done? What is this? Do I need to pin it like further back maybe? Yeah, I think that's gonna look nice enough on this side. Now we need to pin it as we go along the top. There, look at that. We've got a crown wrapped. And now we just need to do the excruciating part of pinning this to the other side. Now this is way too long, so we're gonna let some out and cut it off. So happy to be braiding again. Now with the added bonus of other hair getting stuck in. Okay, I think that will be okay when we get it all brushed and covered and neat. So once again, let's brush this effing wig. Because I'm not brushing it out in sections, because I don't want to. I don't want to do the thing that I think you have to do. So this is probably as good as it's gonna get for now. We'll probably change the pinning placement a bit to actually like pin through my wig cap at the time, which is really gonna help secure this. And then obviously give it a big brush while it's on me as well. There she is. There she blows, I guess. Yeah, I hated this. I hated so much about this, but we got it done. We did it together, amazing. And hopefully these look pretty good when I wear them. So thank you so much for watching today, everybody. Let me know if you enjoyed my suffering. I hope you did. And I will see everybody in the next video. All right, bye.